Okay, this is going to be part 2 of engaging the Siddur. Yesterday I thought we had a really good session. It was kind of our introductory session, and I wanted to re-emphasize a couple of things that I found very helpful and interesting. One was that in Judaism, prayer, which we're going to continue to use that term just because it's the vernacular, it seems to mean dreamed, imagined, thought, etc., as in Yaakov's declaration to Joseph, I never would have halleled, I never would have dreamed or imagined or thought or even hoped that I would see your face again. And I think that is so wonderful. I also thought the saying that he or she who arises from prayer, a better person, has had their prayer answered. I very much liked the speaking out of the soul, and also to invite divine participation. I thought that was excellent. And praying does cause us to look outward, upward, and inward. And part of that inward likewise does have to be looking at ourselves critically. So anyway, that was from our introduction to the Siddur and prayer. I was going to continue reading the introduction, and I decided, though, since Sabbath is rapidly coming, that I would instead start with the Torah Blessings, and then we will go back to the intro at some point later. The Torah Blessings are early on in the daily and in the Sabbath prayer book. In my particular book, they're on page 9, so they're pretty early on, but you can find them in your Siddur. Just look under either of the prayer services. So the time for reciting Torah blessings begins upon awakening from a night's sleep, even if that is before Hasot, which means midnight or midday. So in this case, it would be midnight. So in other words, if you wake up from your night's sleep, even if it's before midnight, you go ahead and say the Torah blessings. If one did not sleep the entire night, the custom is to recite the blessing after dawn. Recite the Torah blessing with precision and concentration, having in mind that they apply to what one studies the rest of the day and the coming night. Before reciting the Torah blessings, one should not study, and it is also forbidden to write or listen to Torah matters, but one may certainly think about the Torah before the blessing. In the Siddur, the Hebrew text is absolutely gorgeous. There's almost like a calligraphy, and I'm going to try to put that up as the thumbnail for this particular section. So I hope you enjoy that. But do check it out in your own Siddur in the Hebrew. It's absolutely gorgeous. So the blessing goes thusly. Blessed are you, Hashem, our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us with your commandments and has commanded us regarding the words of Torah. Please, Hashem, our God, sweeten the words of your Torah in our mouth and in the mouths of your people, the house of Israel. May we and our offspring and our offspring's offspring and all the offspring of your people, the house of Israel, all of us, know your name and study your Torah for its own sake. Blessed are you, Hashem, who teaches Torah to his people Israel. Third blessing. Blessed are you, Hashem, our God, King of the universe, who selected us from all peoples and gave us his Torah. Blessed are you, Hashem, giver of the Torah. Then moving on, well, first of all, let me go back. Each of these three blessings expresses a different idea. One, he who is sanctified. Two, to sweeten the words in our mouths. And three, who selected us, is an expression of thanks for the gift of the Torah. I think that's really, really pretty neat. And then comes the blessing. And Hashem spoke to Moses, saying, speak to Aaron and his sons, saying, so you shall bless the children of Israel, saying to them, may Hashem bless you and safeguard you. May Hashem illuminate his countenance for you and be gracious to you. May Hashem turn his countenance to you and establish peace for you. Let them place my name upon the children of Israel, and I shall bless them. I did want to mention, I know, and that's Numbers 6:22 through 27 for the blessing there at the end. I know some of you may not be Jewish who are listening to this. The Tetragrammaton, the Yud He Vav He, spells a word that is close to but not exactly correct with what the witnesses use. And it is what is called the ineffable name in Judaism. We never say this word. And so in prayer, we would say basically the equivalent of Lord, Adonai. And in regular speech, like now when we're talking about these blessings, I'm not actually praying them. We use Hashem. Hashem means the name, and it is simply a alternative to saying God's name, but knowing exactly who we're talking about when we do. All right, so then we move on, and we're going to go to entering the synagogue. Before entering the synagogue on a weekday, this is said if tefillin are on the individual, and on Shabbat, if he is wearing at least the small tallis. One pauses at the entrance and recites the following verse. As for me, through your abundant kindness, I will enter your house. I will prostrate myself toward your holy sanctuary in awe of you. You bow towards the ark, and while still at the synagogue entrance, say, Hashem, the Master of Legions, is with us, a stronghold for us, is the God of Jacob, Salah. Hashem, Master of Legions, praiseworthy is the person who trusts in you. Hashem, save. May the King answer us on the day that we call. Some people then say the prayer of Hannah, which I'm going to skip. And then I'm just going to start with the very beginning of the morning service. I gratefully thank you, Hashem, my God and God of my forefathers, for taking me out of darkness into light. Behold, I accept upon myself the mitzvah of love your neighbor as yourself. And behold, I love each and every one of Israel, and of course, outside of Israel, also everyone, as my soul and essence. And I hereby prepare my mouth to pray before the King who reigns over kings, the Holy One, blessed is he. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that you have a good Sabbath. I hope that you get some good rest. Oh, by the way, on studying the Torah, generally the rule is that we study Torah on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, because that way we don't have more than 2 days in between studying the Torah. Studying the Torah can mean actually sitting down and studying the written Torah. It can mean studying the Talmud, which talks about the Torah. And in some cases, if you get really kind of esoteric, there was one rabbi of the Reconstructionist persuasion, Rabbi Kaplan, who actually wore tefillin throughout the day because he felt like every moment of his life he was in the presence of and seeing God, and also studying the Torah. And I guess to some degree, with each interaction, there is some Torah study there. So anyway, Shabbat Shalom. Have a wonderful weekend. I will not be putting up anything tomorrow because of Sabbath, but I will possibly put on something Sunday, and if not, we'll try to get back with it Monday or Tuesday. Shabbat Shalom.